welcome to the Holistic Happy Hour. Today's topic is inner power. Not me, you might say. Well, listen to these 7 5-minute sharings from our wonderful practitioners, and you will be saying yes to your inner power. First up, we have Kimberly.
Hi there, everyone. Kimberly Marsh, astrologer, life and business coach. And the good news is Mercury is finally going direct, and that is happening on the 12th. Mercury is going direct. We can start moving forward again. We have this Mars is in Aries, which we talked a lot about last time, which makes us feel empowered. And with that energy, we need to make sure we're finding a balance, right? So it's really the balance of power versus force, because if we're forcing, we're not really flowing. And it's important to find the synchronicity with this energy and allow things to happen. That doesn't mean to just sit around and wait for it to happen, but just make sure you're using your intentions and your energy wisely. No giving it away, no stealing it from other people, really holding your own power with this energy right now. And it's important because we have this window. Mars is going to be retrograding early September. So as soon as this Mercury goes direct on the 12th until early September is our best window of opportunity this year to get things accomplished. So if there's anything that we need to get accomplished, even like paying our taxes, I know that's due on the 15th. If you haven't gotten to your taxes, get to your taxes. Start cleaning things up, get things out of the way, because once September hits, it's going to be really challenging to get that forward moving momentum back again. And briefly, as we're talking right now, it's the 10th of July. The moon is actually in Pisces, which is a lovely time because it actually counteracts all that Aries, forceful, powerful, sometimes very impatient energy, and it can be very soothing. So this is a great time to use your intuition and to connect with to connect with yourself and your inner source and find out where you want to be aiming and targeting and expelling your power. Where do you want to put your power? What is important to you right now? Moving into Monday and early next week, the moon's going into Aries. And when it's in that Aries energy, it's going to be connecting with all those other planets that are in Aries that we were talking about, like Mars. And when it connects with Mars in Aries, it can be very a power struggle. We can definitely expect to feel a power struggle over emotions and feelings, getting more emotional with that moon energy there. And also in Aries, it will be having sort of a negative conversation with all those planets in Capricorn. Again, that's Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. So early next week, things might be very tense, intense. Perfect to be able to hold on to your power through this and practice holding on to your power, knowing what that feels like, and walking in your grace. So thank you all so much. And again, stay home, stay well, and stay true to your path. Next up, we have Stacey.
Hey, everybody. It's Stacey Westbrook from the Weed Shaman Collective. And today I want to just discuss a little bit about the physical and your physical and emotional power and the responsibility that we need to take, especially in the times of COVID, where we not only are on emotional roller coasters every day, feeling different things from minute to minute, but we're at home, we're in a smaller environment. So we have to start dealing with those things. We can't just pretend that they don't exist. So we're always talking about conscious cannabis consumption, and especially for people who have experimented and know what works. So if Ram Dass said something about, like, if something comes up throughout your day and there's an aversion or an extreme attachment to it, that's where you know that there's work to be done. So I know that we're being triggered here and there, and it's just all about knowing what works for you. So if you're feeling super, super anxious in the moment, and you have experimented and you know that there's an indica that will, like, take you and calm you way down, then that's, sort of like self-love, self-empowerment, and that's where you take responsibility for it. Also, if there's any pain bodies that are going around, like if you have any like very specific pain in your body and that there's a great sativa. Like this is all about like just going in and not blocking, but actually consuming and then feeling through, because there's a spectrum of feeling, there's a spectrum of cannabis, right? So sometimes it's about focus, and you need to consume and focus on what you're dealing with and trying to get to the root of the matter. And sometimes it's fun, where it's just, no, I've had a day up to here, I'm completely done, I want to totally just not deal. And that's okay too, if you're doing it with that whole idea of I'm experimenting, I'm still loving myself, and you want to like take back the power so you don't feel like you're so dispersed out in the world with all these like, you know, little micro feelings. I also want to encourage people, we're still dealing with this idea that there's something to be embarrassed of if we're a cannabis consumer. You'll keep your, you know, cocktail shakers out and all of your booze out on your bar, but like if somebody comes over, you're hiding your bong. The more that we continue to do this and to feel shame around something like plant consumption, that takes away our power. And we've started to have conversations over at the collective with physicians. So if you're going in and you're talking about anxiety, or you are on some sort of opioid that's helping you with A, B, and C, it is now a time to like step into your power and say to your physician, hey, I am interested in plant medicine. They might not be able to do anything for you because we're a very litigious society and they're not going to like, you know, write you a script. But having that dialogue and letting somebody in the medical profession know that you're doing this for menopause, for anxiety, for sleep, those are great conversations to start having. So you can start managing your pain levels, your anxiety levels, instead of farming them out to a third party. Because at the end of the day, you really do know what's best for you. So trust and take that power back. And as always, I always encourage you guys to consume consciously. All right. And next up, we have Susan. Thanks, guys.
Hi, I'm Susan Coffey with Ancestral Healing Arts. I've had an interesting week. I went into a downward spiral and I was feeling really depressed. And when I get into that space, I just want to quit everything, disengage, and go eat and watch TV. And it's not an unfamiliar space for me. Depression runs in my family, so I've had to deal with it before. It's one of the reasons why I became an energy healer. I don't stay in that space for very long. I go within and I look for my inner power to help me find the strength to keep moving forward. And it's not a big gung-ho kind of have to pep myself up to do this, for I'm not feeling great. It's a very gentle turning within to ask for help to find my inner strength. And when I do that, when I close my eyes, I bring my hands together into the prayer mudra. And this is a very powerful hand mode to hold, for we have quite a few beginning and ending meridian points in our fingers, and we also have our hand chakras. So when you bring your hands together, it creates a powerful energy circuit within your being, within your field. So it brings all your energy within instead of dispersing it outwards. It brings a circuit of energy within you. It helps bring your attention within, and it's also very calming. So let's do this together. If you would close your eyes and bring your hands into the prayer mudra in front of your heart. And focus on an area of your life that you love. For when we focus on an area of our life that is working, then we can send that energy out to other areas of our life. So it could be any area of your life that you love. It could be time with a pet. It could be a friendship, a partner. It doesn't have to be anything big. It could be music that you love to listen to. And just notice what thoughts and feelings arise. How does your heart feel? How does your body feel when you focus on this part of your life that you love? And as you're letting this energy, these feelings circulate throughout your being, imagine now that you draw a circle on the floor and you're going to call forth an area of your life that you wish to change. A word might come or a picture might come to symbolize this part of your life. And now Imagine you're going to introduce this part of your life that you love to this part of your life that you find challenging. That the feelings of feeling good and being in total acceptance of yourself in this area of your life that you love, you want to send those energies and feelings over to this part of your life that's challenging. So imagine it's like this sparkling ball of energy that's expanding over into this challenging part of your life. And with this, you are creating a powerful energy circuit. You are being the creator. And you can call forth help from the higher dimensions, from the heavens, from any ascended master that you love and connect with. Call forth your angels, Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Green Tara, Ganesh, White Buffalo Woman, or Mother Mary. Call forth an ascended master that you love and ask for them to rally around you. Ask them to help lift your frequency. Lift your frequency within your being so that you can see and know and connect with that divine spark within you, the divinity within you. See this light, this spark growing, for you were created by our divine creator, that beautiful source of love, light. Feel this energy growing within you. Know the powerful, creative being that you are. And breathe that in. And with your exhale, send that energy out to all areas of your life. May all areas of your life be lifted in frequency, that you may feel that you want to embrace fully your life. And now open your eyes. So if you start to feel yourself spiraling downward, ask, do I want to repeat the patterns of not feeling good? Say never. Put your hands together and feel that powerful inner strength that is a permanent part of you. Namaste. And next up, we have Paula.
Hi, thank you so much, Susan. That was beautiful. I'm Paula Shaw. I am the author of Saying the Right Thing When You Don't Know What to Say, and also of Grief, When Will This Pain Never End? I'm also a life transition coach, and I do a radio show called Change It Up. So obviously, I'm all about change and creating different kinds of results and realities in your life. So today I'd like to share with you this drawing. I hope you can see. It's a triangle. At the top of the triangle are results. In the middle of the triangle are actions, but at the bottom of the triangle, and the most important supportive part, is presence. And how do we develop presence? What is presence? Presence is, in my mind, knowing who we are. Presence is that inner power. It's that inner strength. And we don't just naturally have it. We need to develop it. And there are many ways that we can do that. But when we have that, then we're like that solid rock. You know, we're not the little wispy tree blowing in the wind. We're solid like the oak, like a rock. And when the troubles and trials of life come along, we still know who we are. We still know what we stand for. We're strong. And so there are many ways to work with that, sort of develop that muscle of that inner strength. In my own life, I will not start my day without meditation. And in my meditation, there are certain deities that I work with. There are certain things that I bring into my own being so that I feel like when I go out into that day, wow, you know, like I've got the strength to take that day in and do the best I can with it. Some people are just not good at sitting and meditating. It's torture for them. So for those people, I suggest maybe movement meditations like Qigong or Tai Chi. These are fabulous experiences for people who need to move and have a hard time with just sitting. Other people do really well with like a gratitude walk in the morning, or the building of a gratitude list, because remember, gratitude is one of the highest frequencies there is. So when we shift into gratitude, we are raising our vibration, we are building our inner strength. So my suggestion to all of you is see what works for you. For some people, it's prayer and maybe reading their Bible. For others, it's finding a certain book of wisdom and spending a little time thinking about what they just read. Find that place in your life where you can build a daily, consistent practice in that's going to help build your presence, your inner strength, your inner knowing of exactly who you are. And then take that strong, amazing being out into life every day. All right. And now, speaking of amazing beings, here's Amanda.
Thank you, Paula. That was beautiful. I love what you said about gratitude. It's such a powerful, powerful emotion. Hi, everybody. I'm Amanda, an emotional freedom practitioner. And I'm going to be talking today about gratitude and about how to align with our inner power through taking care of our body and taking care of our mind. So our taking care and loving on our beautiful bodies, it is so absolutely important. And I want you to think about what some of your non-negotiables are with that. And I'll give you one of mine. One of mine is that every single morning I wake up and I drink 32 ounces of water. That is one of the first things I do. It brings my organs to life. It makes my mind alert. And it just gets me in the flow. No pun intended. And movement. Movement is so important for our bodies. Whatever that means to you, whether it's just getting outside in nature and taking a walk, whether it's weightlifting, whether it's dancing in your bedroom when no one's watching or anyone's watching, right? Whatever that movement is that feels really good to you, just do it. And then feeding your body with nourishing, life-giving foods. So taking care of your body definitely will seep into your mind. Our mood starts in our gut. Our immunity starts in our gut. One of the things that I personally offer is a 30 Days to Healthy Living program every first and third Monday of every single month. It helps people to reset their bodies, improve gut health, which then improves their entire body function. So just to be aware of that, if you're interested in that, please reach out to me. And then aside from taking care of our body, how do we take care of our mind? And one of the things I love to ask myself is, how am I feeling? So just doing that daily check-in, and not only daily, I do it on the hour. How am I feeling? I'll get myself in the mirror. What's up, girl? Guys can do it. What's up? What are you doing? How are you feeling? What do we need to do to change your energy? So how do I feel and how do I want to feel? I think that those are very, very powerful questions. So some of the things that I do to keep myself in a positive, vibrational alignment is I'm a prayer girl. So it's, Lord, help me with my vibration today. I'm always that girl getting out of bed. And then what do I do to help myself be in a positive vibrational mindset? I turn the music up. I put a song on that makes me feel good and I move my body to it. It raises my vibration. And then I do my gratitude list. Like Paula was saying, how important that is, even if it's just 5 things you're grateful for. And they can be so simple. I'm grateful that the sun is shining today. I'm grateful that I got out of bed. I'm grateful that I didn't burn breakfast, whatever it is. I'm grateful that I didn't snap at my kid. Anything that you can find to be grateful for just brings in more reasons to be grateful. Another list I like to do is a self-love list, 5 things I love about myself. And that's always really fun because you can come up with all kinds of amazing things that you love about yourself. Maybe it's today I'm funny. Maybe it's today I brushed my hair. I put some mascara on. Maybe it's today I lifted some weights, or I did a meditation. I got quiet. Whatever it is that you love about yourself, something you did or a way that you are, super powerful. So with that, we can do a quick tap. It'll be just one little quick round. I like to just bring in what I want to feel. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a really quick basic tap, and you guys can repeat after me, but feel free to use your own lingo. So if I say a word, but you have a better word for you, definitely say that word. And we're not even gonna do the setup statement. We're just gonna start on the eyebrow point, bringing in ease. And just connect to what that feels like. Whatever it is going on in your life, if you were to bring in ease right now, what would that feel like? Allow that ease to permeate your body. Side of the eye. Bringing in peace and calm. If you were to bring in calming energy, if you were to bring in peaceful conversations, peaceful feeling in your heart, in your tummy, in your mind, what does that peace feel like? And just bringing that in, letting that peace shower over your body. Taking a deep breath, letting it all out. Underneath the eye, bringing in my internal guidance, bringing in my intuition. What does that feel like? Maybe it feels like all the answers just showing up. Something just outside of what your mind would normally think, but it makes perfect sense and you can grab onto it. And it's like one of those aha moments, bringing in my inner guidance. Moving underneath the nose, I am able to speak my truth. And whatever that means for you, I'm able to be myself, all of who I am, and put that forth into the world as my unique, beautiful self. Underneath the mouth, chin point. Everything is figure-outable. I just read that book by Marie Forleo. Great book if you haven't read it, and a great affirmation to bring in while you're tapping. Everything is figure-outable. Collarbone point. Always feels so good to use both hands here for some reason. For me, I just love this feeling. Taking a deep breath here, tapping on this point. Every answer is showing up right on time. Just bringing that energy in. And I like to imagine bringing it in and pushing it forward like a beautiful golden carpet rolling out before me. And as I walk on that life path of that beautiful shimmering golden carpet, all these little treasure boxes that show up in the form of people and opportunities, experiences, material things that you've been wanting, all of that showing up at the perfect time. All of my answers are coming. Underneath the arm, bringing in gratitude. Just bringing that energy in like a waterfall over your body. Gratitude permeating you on a cellular level, rejuvenating, restoring. I am grateful for the little things, for all the things that haven't even shown up yet. And then top of the head, bringing in laughter, bringing in fun, playfulness, connection, allowing my presence to shine. And with that, just stop and let this energy flow through your body. Taking a deep breath. I like to imagine just shimmering light all around and inside of me, rejuvenating, restoring, lifting me up, bringing me into vibrational harmony with whatever it is that I'm praying for and asking for. And next up, we have Carrie.
Hello. I think I feel a little sparklier than I would have if I went before. Thanks, Amanda. EFT has definitely helped me get in touch with my inner power over the last few years. So definitely do more of that. So when I heard that today's theme was going to be inner power, the first thing that popped in my head was intuition, because that's where I get my inner power from. But I would say, you know, even 5-7 years ago, I wouldn't have known that. And so I think a big thing I'd like you to think about is knowing what takes away your power, what makes you not feel like you have any power. And for me, especially right now, it's if I watch too much of the news, social media, talking to certain people, and you might be a very open person where you take it all in and all of a sudden you're wondering what to think, what's right. You're angry about stuff, you're sad about stuff, you're scared about stuff. And that's a hard place to live from. And a lot of us do live from there. And some of us just learn things like everything you're learning in today's episode to help you evolve so that you can recognize those things and get out of them faster. It's been a huge growing point for me. So I want to share a technique I use. It's just going to be really quick, and then I'm going to tell you how to use it in your life. But so I'm Carrie Berkey, and I'm the author of the Free Spirit Guidebook. So in here, I have a lesson called Tapping into Your Intuition. And there's a quote at the beginning here, and it says, don't try to comprehend with your mind. Your minds are very limited. Use your intuition. So you are going to close your eyes and you're going to sit up tall. And just take one really deep inhale and exhale out of your mouth. Keep your eyes closed. Let your breath be relaxed. And I just want you to imagine yourself at the top of a spiral staircase. And you're going to just slowly put your hand on the rail and start to step down each step. And just picture yourself spiraling down the staircase. Just noticing each step. Notice the handrail in your hand. And then when you get to the bottom, I want you to step into just a beautiful natural setting. There's a path right in front of you. I just want you to step onto that path and take some time here to walk around and notice where you are. Take in all your surroundings. So sounds like, do you hear birds chirping? Are there maybe ocean waves? Sensations, is there a breeze? Smells, maybe there's flowers. You can reach out and touch something, maybe a rock or a leaf. Notice animals. So just take it all in. And I just want you to look around and kind of just have this, woohoo, this place is within me. Oh my gosh, I love that I'm here right now. And I love that I can come here whenever I want. So this is a quick journey. You're going to come back to that staircase and just kind of look at that scene behind you, smile, and then start to spiral back up that staircase. And then when you get to the top, just put your hand over your heart and just thank yourself for taking that time and now knowing a place that you can visit. So open your eyes. So just real quick on that, like when I do that, this is in my book. And if you buy the book, there's a bonus section that's a whole 10-minute guided version of that. But you can do that on your own. And one thing I want you to check is when I said go down the spiral staircase, did you feel that somewhere? Because that's going to be like a power point on your body. So for me, it's my solar plexus. So I know that's a strong intuition point for me. The other thing is when you're there, you might have a question you want to ask. You might want to have some guidance. I don't always do that though. If you feel like you just need to get away, a place that I end up when I do that a lot that showed up for me the first time I did that exercise was like a Stonehenge-like place. And I go and I like put my cheek against the stone and it's nice and cool. I live in Arizona, so a cool stone is like a really, it's a really exciting thing. And sometimes I'll have different outfits on and there'll be animals running around and I feel my inner power when I'm there and then when I leave that place. And it really helps you separate from all of the other outside influences. And when you go there, you spend some time there, you'll be able to come out and just how you want to go, whose opinions you're going to trust, and the next place is going to show up and you're going to feel that you have that inner power and you can trust it. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks, everybody. And next up, we have Deep.
Namaste, everyone, and welcome today. So when we time and time again, we talk about balance, walking the middle path. The middle path is where happiness is. Talking about the middle path, one side, on the two extremes, one side you could become a yogi, you walk the middle path, or you could walk, be in the extreme side where you fill your life with luxury and all those things. Each of them needs a certain amount of inner will to be in that particular path, whatever you choose. So what is inner strength or inner power? Inner power is our ability and our source to make things happen, whatever it is right for us. So to understand what our inner power is, it is important to go within and find out what our drives are, day in and day out, what motivates you. So we'll just go break this down into the different factors of what's going on during with the inner power. So it is important to understand if what motivates us helps you to go forward or gives you a temporary high or brings you happiness and bliss. So the different separations of it. So we are driven by so many different factors, be it fame, fortune, greed, lust, food, compassion, generosity, suffering, innovation. There are many different things that motivates a person. You can classify these into three different categories. One is the material or the physical drive, one is the emotional drive, and one is the spiritual drive. So everyone has an inner will and a drive to make things happen, but what you are doing, is it hurting you or is it benefiting you? So sometimes you think what is helping you, it might help you in the moment, but in the long term, what is the consequences of that as well? So it's a good food of thought to think about. So it brings, so by material and physical drive, like we said, it brings immediate results and temporary happiness. So it does bring certain level of changes within the body. When one does act of kindness and works for the beneficial of the greater society, then the person is driven by spiritual drive. The satisfaction that comes from this action cause everlasting happiness. So that particular action, in the moment, you might not see the consequences, the results of it. I mean, it's a satisfaction there that comes along with it as well. But when I interviewed certain monks, what he mentioned is like the action, the kindness, the generosity that you do, those are the elements that helps you from not going down the spiral, like where you get so low that you can't go up again. So with anxiety, depression, and other things as well. So consciously, consciously, unconsciously, when you do a kind of action of kindness and generosity, it just helps you in the long term, knowingly or unknowingly. So to give you an example, a personal example, what I do to support myself comes with necessity of living in the material world with its conditioning. We have to do certain things for us to survive in this material world. What I choose to do to support the education of children in Nepal, or provide meals or blankets to the homeless, or school bags, and other development programs that we are trying to work through our nonprofit Bishusaya Foundation, it comes with the act of selflessness. And it's not about what I can gain or lose, but the inner power comes from knowing that there are over 1 billion people in the world that are suffering from poverty, and now even more. So that's my motivation to create this organization that we have been running for the past 10 years, and even before that as well. So that's the drive, that's my drive to do things. I mean, one side of it is important. My drive for a physical thing is there, but my drive for spiritual thing is a choice. So both examples creates karma or action. And from from the Eastern philosophy, one karma is binding while the other karma is liberating. So it is important to understand the source of our inner will and make it about our individual choices and not about our conditioning. So keeping this in mind, let's the inner power is connected to the solar plexus chakra, will and power. Let's just do a short exercise for that one as well. You could begin to close your eyes and begin to take a few long, deep breaths. As you're breathing in, put your full awareness and consciousness towards the stomach region, the solar plexus chakra. The element that represents the solar plexus chakra is fire. As you breathe in, fuel this fire. As fire burns, it releases energy. Feel this energy arising from the fire and take it over the body. Spread it to the various parts of the body, in the cells. And just observe how you feel at this moment. You can use this fire, this energy, to do many more powerful things beyond the body. Observe and understand your inner will and power, and use it to fuel a conditioning that could help the whole world that surrounds you. So please take in one long, deep breath. And slowly bring yourself back. Continue to feel and observe how you're feeling. And you could slowly open your eyes. So again, inner power, inner will, by choice, not by conditioning. Thank you, everyone, and namaste.
Thank you, Dee. If you would like any more information on any of the practitioners here, please go to holistichappyhour.com.